Chapter 12 Sriman Sant Bhai Hira Singh of Daud Pur. Dear Guru blessed Bhai Hira Singh was a real paternal uncle of Bibi Harnam's Karji. He was very gentle and godly-oriented person from the very beginning. Baptism of the double-edged sword further heightened his divine qualities. He would remain in Nam meditation with single-minded devotion, in humble supplication with folded hands, standing on one leg in holy presence of Sri Guru Granth Sahib for night long. Such was his regular practice of rare devotion. He was fervently praying to envision the divine light. He would continue reading Sri Guru Granth Sahib's solitary and love-form state. He was persistent in his wish and prayer within with all beings for early divine unlimited experience. His reading from Sri Granth Sahib was flawless, and simultaneously he could carry on Nam meditation automatically in intense divine love. One day he bolted all the doors in Gurudwara from within. He took his seat for reciting from Sri Guru Granth Sahib. Just as he took his position, he started feeling reverberations of meditation in divine love throughout his being and lost consciousness of self. He soon tried to control himself and started praying. He had just commenced the recitation that he was engulfed with divine light within. He could not bear this unbearable experience. His body became very light like a divine plane. Enjoying divine nectar-imbued love, he held his breath in divine meditation at his navel. He suddenly soared and his body touched the Gurudwara ceiling like a floating balloon. Guru-oriented Gurumukh Sant Bhai Hira Singh was blessed with power to bear the unbearable as a divine gift. He vehemently prayed in loving gratitude. Very slowly he descended to the floor like a flying bird making a landing. He lied in prostration in front of Sri Guru Granth Sahib and thus remained in prayer for long to ask for boon to bear this unbearable state. He was thus blessed thereafter that none could discern his high spirituality. He remained non-consciousness in the holy congregations in his fully flourishing state of Nam meditation. Only such enlightened Guru Sikhs used to be asked to serve as members of the team of 5 beloved ones for baptizing ceremony. Such was the wont of this jatha. Rang de Sajain. It was divine will that Sant Bhai Hira Singh moved from his village Daud Pur of district Ludhiana to Chowk number 361 in district Lalpur, where he had been allotted land. Soon the presence of divinely influences of this Gurumukh, pure and immaculate follower of Gurbani, was felt most vigorously. Many yearning souls were lit up with enlightenment of divine Nam. Almost entire village, Chowk number 361, came under the sway of Gurumukh baptism and presented a miraculous transformation into spiritual bloom. All persons were engaged in land cultivation and alongside kept up the practice of Nam meditation. It appeared they were all receiving divine help in their labors. They never felt physical tiring or sense of boredom in their exertions. They were skilled and successful in their profession of cultivation and raising of crops. They were tireless during reaping season and would go on for hours as if driven by divine effort. Carrying heavy loads on heads briskly, they appeared to be walking in air. Some men of divine vision could discern and bore witness that loads carried by Gurumukh Singhs were about 2 feet high above their heads and moved on their own. There were many Akhand paths and Kirtan samagams held at Chowk no 361 and at times baptizing ceremonies too. The rare spiritual events that transpired, then devotions. The Nam practitioner Singhs of the village used to meditate in a single group. Such was the music generated that entire village would appear in trance. There was one Ganga Singh who delved in jest. Driven by his habit, he stood outside the door of meditation place. He found scores of people engaged in Nam Simran in a loud voice with rosaries of steel in their hands. In aping them, they made a sari of thin string by tying little knots and started counting beads of improvised rosary while loudly reciting Nam. Just within 15 minutes of his aping activity, he fell flat on ground. He shrieked loudly and cried for help. Many people gathered around. On inquiry about his affliction, he pleaded, "Get me the sinner, pardoned by these Singhs." He kept rolling in pain and making pleas for mercy. After meditation, the Singhs came out and lifted up Ganga Singh, suffering in agony and lifting his head on ground. Ganga Singh, in response, asked for forgiveness for his unpardonable sin and got himself baptized. He thus became a great devotee of Sikh faith. He tearfully narrated this self-experience to me.
Bhai Sahib Bhai Ranjit Singh Ji.
This movement of getting baptized spread to many surrounding villages, and many joined in to enjoy devotion and bliss of Nam. Reversion of spirituality. There came a period of restoration of high spirituality enjoyed by our dear Gurumukh, saintly Bhai Hira Singh. All his high attainments of enlightenment within started coming to naught. He went around lamenting and humbly rolling among the shoes of holy congregation, Sangats. He would cry out that he had lost all his internal bliss and enlightenment of his self. He strived in every possible way, but could never regain lost glory. He roamed about in wilderness, meditated on parapets of walls standing on one leg, meditated for long on divine Nam, counted beads of rosary in presence of Sri Guru Granth Sahib endlessly, and yet his state of perplexity remained. He would come to Kirtan Sangamash, but remained outside, behaving like an insane person. He would rub dust of the shoes of Sangat on his body and face. In fact, all his measures to seek solace led to more misery. Many well-wishers of Bhai Hira Singh, taking pity on his woebegone state, approached Jata with pleas on his behalf. However, Gurmukh devotees, lost in love of Kirtan, never cared. Yet persons with great perception of truth and divine will knew that time was not in good forgiveness, divine. When it was propitious time, Bhai Hira Singh was called up by the chosen five during baptizing ceremony. I was in attendance of Sri Guru Granth Sahib on this occasion. Bhai Hira Singh presented himself. He was then called upon by the chosen five to explain his true story. He tearfully narrated that he was unaware of this cause of spiritual retroversion. He did not know of any wrongdoing even in dream. The cause of downfall was unknown to him, and he was unable to regain glory that he once experienced. All his strivings had proved of no avail. The divine wrath remained mystery to him. At the prompting of the chosen five, I reminded Bhai Hira Singh, "Remember your glorious spiritual experiences at Chak number 361. Was it all due to grace of Guru, or you took the credit upon yourself? Have you suffered from imperceptible self-pride that the wonderful happenings were due to your own efforts?" This question shook him visibly from top to toe. The second question prompted followed. Are you bestowing Gurumant Nam all by yourself in the tradition of your own Gurudom? This brought him to senses, and he lamented that he had done so in arrogance. The answer pleased the chosen five. Range Sajan was guilty of this wrongdoing occasionally. For a while, this practice appeared very rewarding, but soon proved futile. The five chosen ones took hold of him and gave him a good shake, saying that this was an act of grave defiance. The authority bestowed on the chosen five, representing Guru, was usurped by you alone. This was responsible for draining away of all spirituality of man. Bhai Hira Singh then failed for forgiveness. The five chosen ones awarded heavy punishment to Bhai Hira Singh and prayed for his forgiveness by the Guru. Satguru graced him and progress started, and he started regaining all the lost bliss and glory. Imbued with divine love and splendor divine shone on his face. He was back in holy congregations as his old self. Bhai Hira Singh was thus the blessed soul and were among Gursikhs, with his spirit ever soaring. The time came for my going to jail. Bhai Hira Singh Ji wished to join the first agitation with Jatha, but divine will decided otherwise. He was preparing to receive the Jatha returning from jail when he suddenly received divine call and departed for eternal abode. We were left behind as his lover and brethren. Now I wistfully look forward to join him in the hereafter. If justice is done to loving memory of Sri Sant Bhai Hira Singh, it would form a sizable book. This is mere sampling of rich tribute that he deserves.